everybody? Animac here, your pal, Animac for AnimeUproar, and welcome to another episode of Rant Café, in which we're going to be talking about the scariest moments in anime. So what I mean by that is I don't watch much horror, so it can be a horror genre, but it can also be just scary moments in any genre of anime that we really thought were, and you guys in the chat thought were, standout sort of scary moments. It could be even funny stuff such as, Recon watching a harem anime and then realizing there's no ecchi, like that type of scary stuff. That's okay too. We're going to be talking about all of it, having fun. Joining me today, an old face, by which I mean he's aging horribly, Mackelnod. What's up, man? Welcome back.
Hey, I take that as a compliment. Thank you, though. It's been so long, man. I've missed this. I've cried about this at night, so I am so happy to be back.
Good to see you, man. Mac's been busy with work and stuff, so he hasn't been able to come, but he's here now. We also have Nux Taku. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Great to be here once again, saving the party, because Recon ain't here, unfortunately. So I'll have to fight with you, I guess.
Yeah, Recon canceled on us last minute for some obligations. Also, Tony the Black Critic Guy is supposed to be here. I don't know what's taking him. Hopefully he shows up, but he is supposed to be here. Another old face, our friend Tony, who now lives in the Pacific Islands somewhere.
You just heard that I was coming and he bailed. I know that's what happened.
It could be, because you guys had that bromance, but then after he moved away to a random Pacific island where he still watches movies and reviews them now.
You just changed, man.
The bromance suffered, but it's okay. We're here. We're still rolling as always. By the way, last week we had an after party in the Discord, a voice chat after party where we hung out with some of you guys, and that was a lot of fun. So if you want to join us for that, we'll do that again this week in voice chat. We're going to be chatting on Discord. Link in the description if you want to join us. Guys, in the chat, welcome. Let me know some of the scariest moments in anime for you, and yes, memes and jokes are okay too. Nux or Mac, who wants to start with some scary moments that you remember in anime that really spoke to you or stuck with you?
So I would like to mention that I don't find horror anime scary for the most part. I never liked the genre because I just don't get, even Another or Higurashi, which are considered like the top tier horror anime, I don't find them scary. So what I consider a good horror scene would be when I'm watching an anime episode and it ends with like sort of a cliffhanger, I guess, where after the ending theme ends, I'm still like staring at the blank screen like, holy crap, that just happened. Like something more like that, because I've never like, I just ran away and stuff like that. That didn't happen.
Yeah, I agree. Like personally, I'm not a big fan of horror anime or horror genre in general, and I'll tell you guys why. It's because I feel like a lot of horror is just very basic formulaic stuff. So it's like quiet, eerie music building up to like a shock,
Jump
loud
scare.
noise. And you're like, oh no. Or like, really gory stuff. Like when you go to a haunted house and the whole thing is just like, it's dark. And then they suddenly surprise you with a loud noise. And it's like, oh, scary. It's like, that's not very creative.
No. That's just cheap.
Go ahead, man.
You're from Niagara, right?
Yes.
Isn't the Fear Factory there?
Yeah, there's a lot of touristy, like, haunted houses stuff. And I've been, and basically it's all, like, dark, and then they just surprise you with loud noises and shit.
Well, that's basically Another and Higurashi, except it's a little girl getting her brains blown everywhere. Every few episodes.
Awesome. Sounds lovely. Mac, you were going to say something?
Yeah, just on the topic of I guess jump scares being kind of a cheap scare. 100% agree. They make me mad because they scared the shit out of me, and then I feel bad for being scared at something so silly. But that's kind of what I liked about Another, which was kind of tough to get into because it kind of drags for like 5 or 6 episodes, but it did a really good job of, I guess, kind of keeping me on edge and like feeling sort of uneasy without the jump scares. I don't think I got jump scared in that show once, but it still kind of did a good job of and then umbrellas through the throat, and it's like, all right.
That was the best scene by far.
Oh yeah.
Which show are we talking?
Another.
Girls
It's
Brother.
basically the go-to horror anime.
Okay, did not see that. But
Have you seen
Wraith
Higurashi?
Wraith is in the house, by the way, guys. Haven't seen him in a while. Welcome, my friend. Anime dude. Kaiser Trigger is all talking about how he doesn't give a shit about horror. He goes to sleep watching horror. He's that much of a tough guy.
I eat horror for breakfast.
Exactly.
And lunch. And brunch. Because tough guys have brunch. Remember
Yeah,
that.
he watches Dragon Ball Super, so you know he's a tough dude.
Ooh.
Respect that. You gotta respect that.
Teach me
Even
your ways.
Nux has lately been watching Dragon Ball Super.
I have not. I have not stooped to that level yet. I was considering starting, but I didn't actually start yet.
Jonathan Essex says when Frieza killed Krillin was a scary moment. Now,
Yeah, because how many times did he kill Krillin? Only once, right?
no, but listen, it was scary if you're a kid watching it. If you're a kid watching it and it's like all of a sudden Frieza kills Krillin, then you at that point.
Crap. Krillin only came back to life like 5 times until here. Maybe he's not going to this time.
No, he didn't come back to life before that many times, if at all. That I remember.
No? Well, other characters did.
This is Dragon Ball Z Frieza Saga, right? So yeah, like I definitely remember when I was small watching Dragon Ball Z for the first time because it aired in like the late 90s, early 2000s in the West, even though it's from like the 80s in Japan. And when I watched it, like Frieza just having that creepy female voice, like an old grandmother, but like he's evil and a genocidal maniac, I thought that was scary at the time. Obviously now it's much different. But still, yeah, that's another question in terms of what we find scary at certain points in our lives. But so I'm not a big fan of the horror genre because I feel like a lot of it is cliche. However, there are certain things in the horror genre that I do enjoy, such as Stranger Things, if you guys watch Stranger Things, because I feel like that show is not just horror, it's like the Game of Thrones of horror. Like it's a different league. So I do enjoy something like that. But I've never been really too much into anime horror or horror in general myself. Like I'll watch something here or there, like, you know, the Jaws movies, some stuff like that. Saw. I was like, Jaws, that doesn't sound like
that's the stuff. That's the stuff right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
Sorry?
Caster for Life brought up in Cowboy Bebop the Pierrot Le Fou episode, which is, yeah, like sometimes anime, especially episodic anime, sometimes they'll throw in an episode that's just like a kind of a curveball. And that one definitely, that is, I would say creepy. Like that Pierrot guy was definitely creepy.
Is that the fat clown dude with the hat?
Yeah.
Right, making
That
sure.
was
I know the right.
Oh, he almost killed. Another difference with horror in terms of Japanese horror, it's often much more psychological than Western gore type horror. So, you know, the scary movies and anime in Japan are kind of more psychological rather than scary. Like stuff is, you know, mass murderers and stuff like that. But I did one thing that I remember. You guys seen Fate Zero, right?
Yeah.
The first 40 minutes where they're walking in a circle. Yep.
Oh my
Fate.
God.
I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. They were just like, they're walking in a circle. They're like, here's the thing. All of the things you need to know. Here's more
You
things.
may want to check your connection or something.
Yeah, Mac, your mic is like static. I don't know if it's your mic or like your.
Maybe it might be your mustache. But
Well, his image seems fine. So like, okay, well, we'll see. But
all right.
yeah, so in ReZero, while Mac comes back.
ReZero or Fate Zero? You said Fate Zero before.
Fate Zero, sorry. I thought a part that was scary to me was that freaking the
Worm
dude,
Pit.
the mass murderer.
That guy.
His servant is Caster, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And remember when he kills that boy's family and then he kills the boy? I was like, wow. I was like, I fucking hate this dude, man. This is fucking scary.
Well, one thing about him, he ended up having that whole debate with Caster about how God really wants him to kill people. Yeah? Do you remember that?
Yeah, like vaguely.
Okay, so you have to go watch Fate Zero again.
Well, I'm not going to rewatch Fate Zero every 5 months, man. The point is, I thought that them two together killing people was scary. It wasn't just like...
I thought the scary part was that their mindset was that it's good. They're doing good deeds by being horrible. and it's that perverted mindset that I found creepy, rather than their actions, because, you know, there are plenty psychos in anime. I mean, that's where psychos thrive. Your average bad guy is just evil for the sake of wanting to kill people.
Is
Yeah.
my mic any better now?
Yeah, you sound fine now, Mac.
Hey, sounding good is good.
No, yeah, I agree with you, Nux. Like it was like a psychological type of horror, because it wasn't like, oh, this guy, you know, he kills people and it's blood everywhere, and it's like, oh, ooh, like.
But,
it
yeah,
was
and
like
as you mentioned ReZero also. So
well, ReZero, I mentioned accidentally, but I do think that there are horror elements to ReZero.
my favorite scene in the whole show that got me like invested in the series, and I still think it's like the creepiest moment, was, I think it was the end of episode 3. He gets to the mansion and he lives his first day in the mansion with Ram and Amelia and really creepy, what's his name? The clown guy. Remember his name?
Roswell.
He has the greatest voice actor ever, by the way. Hello.
I
Actually-
watch Subs, you pleb.
That is subs. That is subs.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's hello in English?
probably. I don't know. And he's voice acted by Dio's voice actor too, which just makes it even better. And but by the end of that episode, like, he goes to sleep in the butler, you know, pajamas, and he wakes up and he's not wearing those clothes, and he's like looking around and he's wondering, why is he in this position? And the episode ends with you understanding that he died and it just reset, and he has no idea why he died.
Yes, I remember.
And then it goes with that really creepy music.
Yes, yeah, that music, that shit was good. It's just like random stuff, just like. Yeah, so ReZero.
That was like a chilling scene.
Yeah, ReZero is interesting, and I'll pass it to you, Mac, after, because I know you've seen ReZero as well. But ReZero is interesting because it has many elements. So it has like your classic isekai fantasy element, which is not necessarily connected to horror at all. It's got your romance harem element, obviously, which, you know, not something you necessarily associate with horror. And yet I would argue that ReZero has a lot of horror elements, starting with, you know, the first episode arc when Elsa just brutally murders him and Amelia. And then after that, when we go to the mansion, so for a bit it's a little more lighthearted, but then, like Nux, like you said, he keeps dying. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. Then later on, when he's trying to like make it back before the witch cult attacks, and then he doesn't make it back, and everyone dies and all this shit, and Rem gets tortured. Like, I was like, this is some horror stuff.
And he just becomes like totally insane.
Yeah, exactly. Like he just,
which is a natural progression. That's why, I mean, as a person, I didn't like Subaru or his personality, but the character progression was great.
Yeah, my problem with that anime is when I was watching, it's like I wasn't going into it thinking we're gonna watch a horror anime. I was thinking it's gonna be a fantasy isekai romance, and then you know, sometimes like I was like, what the hell is going on? Like these tone shifts, man.
Again, I'd consider it more of a mature fantasy than a horror.
Because yeah, but definitely has horror elements.
Its primary goal wasn't to scare you.
It was at times, I think. At least psychologically, kind of like, because like, say what you want, but Betelgeuse is a scary fuck.
That was going to be my point.
I like Betelgeuse.
Like biting himself.
Mac, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say him biting himself was like, I still think about it sometimes, and I'm thinking about it now, and I'm really uncomfortable. That did it for me. That right there was enough to
He's
me.
a creepy dude, but, you know, I like him.
No, but he
seems nice. I don't know.
He's not just like creepy. He's like violently insane. Like he is a fucked up.
But
like,
that's wonderful. I would always prefer an anime villain who's killing people for the sake of killing people, but totally insane, than someone who makes believe he's normal, but then just goes out and rampages killing people. Because this guy, he's nuts. You understand that?
Yeah, well, it depends. It depends, because you can have a villain that's not nuts, but still interesting, like, I don't know, Vicious from Cowboy Bebop, stuff like that. But,
right, but he's not evil for the sake of being evil and killing and the fun of killing.
Yeah, well, neither is Betelgeuse. He thinks he's working.
No, he's working for the witch.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I think he was a pretty decent villain. He was not a bad villain at all.
No, yeah, he's an interesting character. He's completely fucking insane, and everything he says is like you're fucked. But
And that's wonderful. My brain is trembling.
he's fucked, dude. He's fucked. And then he can't die because he has all these like fucking host bodies. It's like, man, just fucking kill him. At some point, I'm pretty sure that during that show, I was like, man, kill Belgus, please. And then he becomes a spider. What the fuck was that?
And then he kills him with a death note in the end, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was ReZero has its moments for sure. It's
I like that show.
What the fuck moments. By the way, my favorite comment so far has to be Josh Duffney talking about scariest moments in anime. When you find out your suit is really dark midnight blue and not black.
That is nightmarish.
Neo Yokio joke, guys. Neo Yokio joke. Good work.
I have a cousin that's colorblind, so when he went to get his suit, he brought his brother along to get the suit, and he ended up buying some bright orange suit, and he thought it was like dark beige or something.
Yeah, you brought it to the real world, bro. But we're talking Neo Yokio, you know.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it.
We don't come here to talk about real shit.
If Neo Yokio's an anime, my favorite comment, I think it was the anime dude that said it. He said that Courage the Cowardly Dog is his scariest anime.
Anime dude and his trollish comments.
Any of you watch that ever?
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've actually seen an episode. I think that was like a Cartoon Network show, right?
Yeah. You're lost. The manga was great too.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Fucking up.
I saw someone in chat mention
Pronexia and the 8 Seals.
I mean, that was pretty terrifying for what it's worth. But I saw someone mention Corpse Party pretty early on. The game obviously was like really creepy, but they did like I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's like a 3-episode OVA series on Corpse Party.
I have not seen it.
Man, it's definitely if you care about like staying true to the source material or whatever, it's not. But it's got some pretty brutal moments. Like there's
a Dead Man Wonderland.
Oh yeah, like we're talking like you see tongues getting like cut out with scissors. You see like scissors going into the eye. Like it's uncomfortable sometimes. I was like,
gore, kind of like gore stuff, eh?
Yeah, which I'm not usually a huge fan of. Like it usually just kind of makes me sick. But it made me feel things, which was mostly holy shit. And if an anime can make me feel things, then that's great. I convinced my sister to watch it by telling her it was like Steven Universe. And she wasn't.
And it's not.
It's not. No, it's nothing like it. She wasn't stoked. But that's good for anyone who likes like blood and stuff. If that's your thing, then Corpse Party's short.
Well, another anime that I found scary in a thriller way was Erased.
Yeah, that was good.
Like, there were some cliffhanger endings that were just like, holy crap, what happened? Like after his whole plan works. And I think her name was Kaio, and he finally saves her, and everything's going well. He goes to school the next day, and the teacher said, "Oh, you're here. So there's only one absence. Only Kaio's missing." And he's like, "Oh, what just happened?"
Every episode for that show, I was
until
watching
like the last
out. Every episode was a fucking cliffhanger. It was awesome. In a good way, yeah.
See, that's the type that there's two type of cliffhangers. There's the type that's like, so it could just like hit you like a train, and then there's, oh come on, why are you stopping in the middle of a fight, you piece of crap?
It's exactly, there's what the fuck, and then there's what the fuck.
Exactly. So Erased did good.
Another one I saw in the comment section was
the anime man asked, does Parasite wasn't really scary, but would it count as a horror? Well, we don't have to talk about horror here. Like I said, I don't watch that much horror, so I can't really, just talk about horror. But there's plenty of scary moments in general. Like, of course, the freaking Nina Tucker scene in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was scary and sad and freaking creepy. And fuck you, Show Tucker. Fuck you. So yeah, that's an example of some kind of scene.
Right, but I found an even creepier scene than that I mean, we could spoil this, right? Everyone's watched it. Right?
Yes.
Sure.
Scariest scene was
okay. Maybe next time then.
Well, I think Jeff said choreograph or something, but I don't know.
You could mute it, if you want.
Matt,
But
you back?
I'm back. Well, I'm back.
Great.
Okay, next.
So I think the creepiest scene was where Envy was just walking up to the booth where Hughes was bleeding out, the phone booth, and he transforms into his wife and he can't shoot her. And it's like, you know it's coming, and she was like the greatest character ever.
That was so sad. That was like the moment in the show that got me kind of hooked on it, though. Like I watched it like mid-season, had no clue what was going on. That was the first anime I ever watched, period. And then after that, I was like, oh man, this is sweet. And I got back home from vacation that summer, and I bought it on Amazon for like $40, like the whole season. Ever since then, it's been my favorite anime. Ever since.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, it's like a moral dilemma, right? Because like he knows it's not really his wife, but it's like it's so against your instinct to shoot someone who looks like your wife, right? So
it's more than a moral dilemma. It's like, you know, a 2-second shock value.
yeah, it's like it's like a universal sort of human dilemma of like playing on human emotions and attachments, right? Which is why Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is not your average shonen, right? It's so much deeper and such a great anime overall. Anbu asks, where is Tony? Ask Tony where he is, because he said he would come this week. I sent him the link and he's not responding. So Anbu, you can take that up with Tony.
Tony's in Flake Town. He's at the Flake party because he's a flake.
He flaked
It's
out on
great over there.
Tony Flakes, they're not here.
us. Sora Senpai. Yeah, like the scariest thing about No Game No Life was how much it insulted my intelligence. That was definitely scary to think that, oh, these people have everything figured out 18 moves ahead of everyone. Oh, and by the way, look at all this contrived fan service. Oh,
It's scary stuff, man. Don't overplay it. Well, one thing about the chat this time, everyone is sarcastic. So everyone watching, go subscribe to me.
yeah.
All 35 of y'all.
By the way, Nux link in the description, Mac link in the description. Also, Tony's link is in the description because I was expecting him, but he's not here.
So it may be removed later.
Yeah, subscribe to him later. But yeah, we have some Nina comments. Nina Einstein from Code Geass. Yeah, she has her like Subaru losing his mind moments. Like her face and Subaru's face at certain times when they're just like losing their shit definitely reminds me one of the other for sure.
I remember Bloodsea had a moment where this giant monster thing was basically just going on a rampage, snagging up random people. And I remember specifically wanting to throw up when there were two friends. One of them ran away. He grabbed one, just kind of bashed her left to right on the pavement, took the other one. Like, he's a big guy. Like, we're talking like, I'm the monster, this is the person, right? There goes the person. But ripped the legs down the middle. And like I almost, it was almost bad. There was almost a mess. Do you recommend?
How dare you mistreat that Haruhi figurine? That's some horror shit right there for a figurine collector.
Figurines are scary AF.
Touche.
Yeah, I don't personally get the whole figurine thing, but Golzen has bought a bunch of them, so now we have a bunch.
It's the collector value. You have them, you put them on your desk, they look at you, and they make the same pose every day. Yeah.
Make you think you have company.
Exactly. We all know we don't have friends, so like, why not have fake ones? Right?
Well, now Animac, I think you're becoming a real classy weeb now with your body pillow and your figurines.
Look, she's even doing the two-finger thing. Yeah, so weeb.
I think she's dabbing. She dabbing?
No, she's not.
Oh.
I didn't clue in what the two-finger thing was at first.
Like, you know. Like,
yeah. No, okay. Now I get it.
Well,
also
another thing about horror anime, very often it's some body modification, and they'll just lump it in the horror genre just because, oh my god, it was a person and now it's something else. Like Parasite. Well, there were scary scenes in Parasite, so I do sort of see why it would be called a horror. And there were some creepy moments in Parasite because you guys watched Parasite, right?
I haven't, no.
Oh my god, you haven't watched anything good, have you? Oh no, I watched Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Super doesn't have weird fucking creepy aliens, man. Well, yeah, it does.
Yeah, no weird creepy aliens in Dragon Ball Super. Where literally 3/4 of the cast is creepy aliens.
Fine, you got me. No, well, I saw the trailer for Parasite. I was like, this looks creepy as fuck. So that's all.
No, I knew Crunchyroll made the worst trailer for it of all time. Like, literally, I watched the trailer when I was halfway through the show, and I was like, holy crap, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, that's what that, and I stated that.
I told my brother to watch Parasite. He says, okay. And he's watching some YouTube video, and he gets a Crunchyroll ad for Parasite, and he's like, you told me to watch this? I'm not watching this.
Okay, so now you're telling me that the trailer was not good, because now I'm thinking of maybe
The trailer is crap, and it's misleading.
Okay, because yeah, when I saw the trailer, I was like, what the fuck is this?
But it's an amazing.
This looks like mind torture.
Amazing series.
Okay, fine. I will take your word for it, Nux. You haven't failed me before, so I will believe in you.
Well, you haven't tried JoJo, so you don't know yet.
Yeah. Elfen Lied, the anime dude, brought up Elfen Lied. Great anime. Again, could be considered horror for sure. Probably is. And yet I loved it, even though I'm not a fan of horror, because it's just overall a good anime. But definitely a lot of gore, a lot of psychological stuff, a lot of a character that does horrible things, and the writing still gets you to relate to that character and kind of understand where they're coming from, which I think is brilliant. It's not just like oh, look, this character did horrible things because they're a villain and they're bad and we hate them and we hope they die. It's kind of like I like this character even though she did horrible things, because so much happened to her in her life, and it's like, it's a good anime. It's a good anime. Anyway, I kind of went on a tangent, guys.
Well, one thing about Elfen Lied, they had like this really traumatic, puppy scene, right?
Yes, that's just one of the scenes.
Right? So it's like the saddest thing in the world, and I'm thinking to myself, holy crap, they just killed dozens of people. Hundreds of people are dying everywhere, and I'm feeling terrible about this puppy.
No, that's normal, man. People, I don't... Sorry?
To be fair, I'm a normal person, so I felt worse about the sister and father, but Mac?
Nah, people are pretty shitty. So, I mean, I get it when
especially in
the
anime.
puppy. Yeah, and when the puppy... puppies are the soft spot. I always joke with my friend Tony, not the Black Critic guy, the other Tony that I know. One of two. That's,
Is he great?
Yeah. The white Tony. We'll go with white Tony.
Or the one that would actually show up if you invited him?
Exactly, yeah. He'd show up. He's a good guy.
We hold no grudges here, by the way, for everyone that dropped out last second. All three of you.
All three people dropped out?
No, well, Recon dropped out last second, and apparently Tony, but Soul couldn't make it because he's at work.
They just all heard I was coming.
So two people screwed us. Yeah. But yes, Mac, continue.
Oh, I totally forget what I was saying. I was just shocked that three people didn't show up. Oh yeah, puppies. It's gone, man. I wish I didn't have the memory of like a 80-year-old.
People can be evil or something, but
people are bad. Dogs are good. Did any of you see School Live by chance?
No.
School Light? What, Gakko Garashi?
Sure. Yeah, that one. The one with the
little. It starts off nice, cute, and moe, and it's in school, and everything's beautiful, and then all of a sudden, zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, that one. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen that one.
Yeah, that's episode 1.
The dog. I felt so bad about the dog. I didn't care about anybody else dying. I was like, ooh, that's so bad that they died. When the dog died, it was just ugly cry. So
like
bad.
Yeah, when Mina got fused with the pup, with the whatever his name was, the dog. I was like, oh, the poor dog. Oh,
exactly. And then when anyone else dies in the show, you're like, oh, okay, well, he lived a good life, and that's the end of it. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Here's why I think the dog stuff speaks to people. It's like you're watching an anime where the main characters are going to be human, and if it's an action anime or whatever, you're expecting people to die. It's part of it. Like you're coming into it with that expectation. But then when a dog dies, which isn't necessary because a dog is not anyone's enemy, it's just collateral damage. Then you're like, oh shit, now this is real. Now this is getting real.
This is real now.
By the way, someone said Avatar is an anime in order to horrify us, you should go and chill with Jeff from Mother's Basement. I still have nightmares about that video he made.
You can come chill with me too. It sounds like.
Well, I didn't actually watch that video.
No, I did.
I read the title. I got the gist. But yeah, as far as that,
this makes sense in a context of a previous discussion, but yes.
Are you talking about?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so basically the way I see it is in Japan, the word anime means an animation. So according to them, Family Guy's an anime, just like Avatar's an anime, just like Naruto's an anime. So if it's animated, it's an anime, according to Japanese. Yes? We're using a Japanese term, anime, to refer to Japanese animation. Otherwise, again, you know, if Avatar's an anime, then so is Family Guy and Scooby-Doo and Tom and Jerry.
I think the only people who get upset over calling cartoons anime are everybody but the Japanese. I don't even think they care. They're probably like, we're doing fine over here. We're good. We're fine. Call whatever you want, man.
Yeah, they probably don't care, but it is useful.
No one cares. Who gives a crap?
It is useful to have a kind of differentiation because there is a difference between Western cartoons and anime in terms of, you know, the style,
as far as culture,
the cultural context, and all that stuff. And it's interesting though because yeah, you said a lot of people say, well, Avatar is inspired by anime, which is true, and Avatar deals with a lot of similar themes that anime deal with. So let's call it an anime because it's in that same art style. Well, Neo Yokio, ladies and gentlemen, is also inspired by anime. So, you know, even Family Guy and that stuff aside, if you say that Avatar is an anime, you 100% have to say that Neo Yokio is a legit anime. So
you can't classify anime if it's good or not. That's not a classification. There are plenty crappy anime that I wouldn't say, oh, it's a cartoon.
No, it's true. It's true. There's plenty of anime, like Japanese anime, that are bad. That's 100% true. But I'm just saying, if you're going to say that just because something is influenced by anime, now that should be considered anime because anime is just an artistic movement, then if Avatar is an anime, so is Neo Yokio.
And so is Cronexia the Eight Seals.
I suppose so. Thankfully, guys, I don't consider Avatar an anime because, like I said, I think that anime, in the way we use it, the term in the West, is talking about also a cultural and historical context of Japanese animation.
The colloquial term, where it's a semantic argument, but the colloquial meaning of anime over here is talking about Japan, Japanese animation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's a good point that you made though, that like different cultures have they use different terms to refer to different things. So it's like a word might mean something completely different here than in China or Japan. Something to think about, but I definitely think that it's useful to have anime as a category. So, you know, we have Crunchyroll for anime. We don't have Crunchyroll.
Well, Crunchyroll has Ruby, which is not anime.
Well, that's bullshit. They shouldn't.
Well, that's just wrong, then.
Oops, there goes that theory.
Yeah, well, yeah, they might as well have Cory in the House on Crunchyroll then.
And I mean, I'm not against
there's
the
one
idea.
great in the chat right now. Todoroki Shoto said, and my collars stay poppin'. That is scary crap right there. Jake Paul is the best anime of 2017.
My colors stay pippin', whatever that means. But I get what he's saying. What's up, Lucario? And yeah, Cory in the House, best anime, people are saying now. Well, yeah, it's true. If all these other crap is anime, then so is Cory in the House. And again, nothing wrong with Avatar. I enjoyed Avatar.
Live action, so good luck on that.
No, it's an anime. Shut up.
Well, you just said you got it wrong in the challenge.
Yeah. But no, I definitely enjoyed Avatar. I enjoyed Neo Yokio. I made a whole video about it. But like the thing is, just because I enjoy it doesn't mean that I think it's necessarily anime, guys.
On the topic of scary anime, has anyone either here in chat heard or seen Shiki?
So I started Shiki, but I didn't really get into it.
That's fair. Apparently, it's really kind of tough to get in. I feel like most good like horror anime, whatever you want to classify them as, take the ones that really stick with you take some time to get into. So that makes sense. That's fine.
Have you Have you tried Hellgirl?
No, I haven't tried Hellgirl yet.
So that's a creepy anime. It's about basically people can access a certain website at like a certain time. If they have a grudge against someone, they can basically go kill them by signing up this Hellgirl to go take them out. I mean,
So
that's
it's
the
like-
basic gist.
Oh yeah. So it's like dark web meets anime, except they're not looking at memes; they're killing people. That's cool. I think
Great analogy.
that's what we need. We need a dank meme anime, something based solely around the not even memes, but the creation of memes. Like people who that's their sole purpose is to create dank memes. They fight each other with the power of dank memes, and friendship doesn't fuel them, only the dankness that the
Yeah, it's called iDubbbz and Filthy Frank.
There you go.
Yeah, and then
That's
someone
the anime.
makes a meme so dank it begins to kill people.
Oh my
And
god.
you have to solve the mystery of the dankest.
That's very scary. Scariest YouTube video of the year was Content Cop on Rice Gum.
That was good.
It was entertaining. I don't know about scary.
Scared Rice Gum.
But by the way, Bolt Base Gaming asked me if I watched Nanbaka after the challenge with Nux. No, I have not. I don't even know what Nanbaka is. No one
You
ever
lost the
recommended it to me
challenge.
before. So yeah.
Well, I would say it's similar, very similar in humor style, I guess, to Gintama, sort of, but you haven't watched that either.
No,
So-
I haven't.
You steer clear from the good stuff. Yeah, you have to stay with a clear mind to watch Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, exactly, man. Dragon Ball Super and all that. One Piece. Oh wait,
don't watch
you're a
One Piece.
fucking
Shut
huge
up.
One Piece fanboy, so shut up.
Who, you?
You're a huge One Piece.
Oh,
What?
Someone
There's-
who watches One Piece, huge fanboy. I
There's-
like the show. It's a great
You
show.
love One Piece. You love One Piece. You can't stop talking about One Piece. And
When have I?
I'm not nothing against One Piece, but I'm just saying a lot of people will say about One Piece what you say about Dragon Ball Super just because it's popular. Oh, it's mainstream, it's crap, filler, etc.
One major difference between the two is that One Piece is actually really good, unlike Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball Z, quite frankly, is not in the same league as One Piece, but it's not what keeps my attention all day.
Well, I don't.
JoJo, because a lot of people have crap to throw at JoJo's.
Have you even watched Super ever?
How many episodes we talking?
Like more than 2?
Yes! I watched 4.
Okay.
double
All
two.
right.
Nice.
By the way, I've been waiting to show this one too that Gozen got. That
Oh.
is the outfit our girl Arturia has when Medea has
This
her
is the
way
outfit
with her.
Arturio wears when Animac can't think of scary anime.
I can't shut up. I just wanted to show this to all the Fate fanboys, which I think includes Nux, even though he doesn't want to admit it. He's a pretty
Just
big...
Fate Zero.
Yeah, well, this is from Fate Zero, isn't it? I think it is. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, you guys made me think of 2 other anime that not horror, but I thought there was a lot of scary moments in them. Scary / creepy, uncanny. One of them is Gunslinger Girl, because I thought the whole concept of girls being bred to become deadly assassins was very like scary, psychologically kind of, just disturbing to see the whole idea. And also Psychopaths has so many moments that I thought were very scary, like with the whole Shogo, Makashima Shogo, and like the mass killings happening, and like people like just like hitting each other, like, and without any like ounce of humanity because of they're completely lost in the technology and the whole Psychopaths concept.
Great call, Psychopaths.
Thank you. Finally, you praise me.
I praise you. I praise you. I didn't think of it.
I haven't seen Psychopaths yet, but one of my old roommates was super into it for like the
Yeah, you
longest time.
totally should.
Yeah, especially
I like. I don't know. This is something I like about Kino's journey. Also, it's you take a society, you give it different rules, and then they develop a whole play out for that society. And Psychopaths does that so well because even in the society it had and the weird dystopian future it was taking place in, there was a twist in that actual universe as well. For the most
And
part, when a fantasy or a dystopian future or whatever is written, it sort of stays in that theme throughout. You know, we're in a cool fantasy world. We're going to abuse what this fantasy world does. But the writer for Psycho-Pass, Gen Urobuchi, he is famous for setting up a great fantasy setting or whatever, or sci-fi, and still making it have a full 180 plot twist halfway through. He did it with Madoka Magica also. And that's why Fate Zero was so good, because he wrote Fate Zero, which made it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I could say what you're saying.
Oh no, I was just gonna say Psycho-Pass is an original anime, and there's no source, like that's it, or is there source material to it?
I believe it's an original anime.
I love when they can do that.
But I haven't read the manga, and yeah, especially the first season and the movie are really good. The second season is kind of like.
So I'm one of the weird guys that actually really liked the second season too.
I didn't mind the second season, but it was almost like unnecessary kind of thing. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Well, it sort of was. It was, a bit of a cash grab, but
Yeah,
I enjoyed
it. I didn't feel like it was adding anything to the story necessarily, even though I didn't hate it and I still got through it and it still had some of the magic. But, some of the characters were not there, which ones I mean. So, yeah, it was odd. It was odd.
Right. I liked the villain, though, so he sort of pulled it through. And they gave him the edgiest name ever. It was right after, in Naruto Shippuden, it was right after Obito was revealed to be using Kamui the entire time, and it was right after Sword Art Online, so they named him Kamui Kirito. It was the bad guy's name. So I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest anime ever.
Yeah. They do have in Psycho-Pass, they have a lot of direct references. They reference like William Gibson, Philip K. Dick, Rousseau, my favorite philosopher. Like, it's crazy. They really have a lot of meta moments. I like it. And I love the way they start Psycho-Pass. They started with like the whole online world where it seems very friendly and like kind of like where our world is heading. Feels very real in terms of where our world is heading. And crazy shit happening. So
yeah,
Yep.
I praise you, man. I praise you for mentioning it. But there were two that I thought of that I really wanted to talk about while we were talking about this one. So the first one's Monster. Have any of you seen Monster?
Yeah, but it's been a while. But I know it's like one of those that's like the pacing is not too fast. However,
it keeps you thrilled throughout.
Yeah.
74 episodes, I believe, and it was phenomenal.
Gozen's a big fan.
From the villain to the progression of the protagonist, like the whole thing. And it had plenty of scary moments as well. Throughout.
Yeah, and then like
just
scary,
unraveling.
Scary, but not in like a cheap way, right?
No, in an authentic psychological scary setting that you understand the main villain so well, and even the protagonist has to sort of fall into villainy to, as a great role model of mine says, you can't fix the whole world without getting your hands dirty.
Is your role model a loser?
Yeah, maybe. So, so I wanted to mention Monster. And also,
Monster, you said?
Monster.
Yeah, just Monster, yeah.
Sorry,
the very original name, not named after the energy drink.
I watched the Monster energy drink anime, and it was shit. Don't even watch it.
Yeah, Rockstar was better. The Rockstar anime was.
I should have left. I love
the Red Bull. The Red Bull one was nothing like the manga, but go ahead and knock to the second one.
And the second one I really wanted to talk about was Berserk.
Would you consider Berserk a horror?
I would consider Berserk a horror because the final episode of Berserk scared the living crap out of me.
I haven't seen Berserk or read the manga, so I can't speak to it. But I've heard good things. It's kind of like JoJo's in terms of it has really like hardcore fans.
Well, it's not like JoJo's at all, because not at all.
I mean, the fan base, in terms of the fan base, like a lot of people.
The fan base is different because one thing about the Berserk fan base, they're quiet about it. People can love Berserk, but it's not like everywhere. It's not like they're gonna walk down the street and then just pose randomly and yell, oh, no, or something like that. That's a JoJo fan type thing.
Well, that's you. That's not everyone. That's you.
No, it's everyone. When I see a fellow JoJo fan in the street, we both, pose and yell things at each other.
This is why I haven't watched JoJo yet, guys.
This is why I want to watch JoJo.
JoJo's amazing. You have to get into it also. And the first 10 episodes are slow, so it's a shame. But I was actually on a podcast and someone else on an Abridger podcast, and basically
you cheated on
and
Cafe, bro.
And basically,
I'm kidding.
And basically, JoJo came up and he was like, "Oh my God, JoJo's my favorite anime, 10 out of 10. It's perfect." I was like, "Oh, I need you for Rant Cafe."
No,
but no, don't worry. So the thing about Berserk, the anime, the 25 episode anime, is basically a prologue to the actual story in the manga. The whole anime, just because. Do you know the genres for Berserk? I mean, you know what it's anything about it?
Yeah, it's like a fantasy war, right?
Right. So you say fantasy war, you only see that in like pretty much the final episode of the anime. I'm talking 1997 anime. I'm not talking about 2016 3G.
Yeah, of course. I know how much people hate the re-adaptation.
Guts and whatever. But yeah. So the tone shift at the end, at the final episode of Berserk, was unbelievable. It went from, noble knights and wars between people to just, holy crap, this is the world they're living in. Holy crap, there's a lot of dead people everywhere. And no need to spoil it. You should just watch it.
How many episodes? The original?
25.
Oh, that's not bad.
There we go. That's doable.
That's doable, yeah.
I always assumed Berserk was like this 200 episode anime based on how much there is for it, but
it's 25 episodes. The animation's bad, but the pace is decent, and that's like the first 100 chapters of the manga, which goes to about 3 something.
But the animation of the old one is still better than the new one, apparently.
Well, the new one they mixed up the plot also in the new one, and at least the old one sort of stuck with the source material. Did any of you watch Shinseki Ayori?
Shinseki Ayori? No, I don't think so. Unless it has a different name.
That is a Shinseki Ayori. Does it have another name? I'm sure it has an English name. Something New World. Yeah, it's From the New World. It's called From the New World.
Oh no, I have not seen it.
Have you heard of it?
No, I've never even heard of it.
I'm so glad we're doing this. That is a phenomenal anime. It's based off a novel, not a light novel. So it's not like, the teen angst anime. It's based off a novel. It's a mature story where all of a sudden not everyone, 0.1% of the population develop this weird psychokinesis, godlike power. And many years later, the story takes place between whatever. I don't want to ruin it. I can't. What can I say? It's a great series. Wonderful series.
I'm going to write this down.
All right, so guys, pens and papers, everyone. Parasite, Shinseki Ayori, and everything else you know. Those two.
Every anime I know. There we go. Got
Perfect.
Watch them all tonight.
By the way, the anime dude in the chat said, was High School of the Dead scary? And I think it definitely has scary elements, but primarily I think it's an ecchi comedy.
Yeah, and that being
Gary's
said,
part of High School of the Dead was Pedantic Romantics video.
and I know who that is now. This is good. I can relate.
Yeah, the feminism. Moving on. Muad Naeem asked me if I think Tokyo Ghoul is scary. No, I do not think Tokyo Ghoul is scary. I just thought it was frustrating and stupid. It was gore for the sake of gore, edginess for the sake of edginess, cannibal porn, disliked it. 0 out of 10.
Oh, pick me.
Yo,
pick me.
mustache guy wants to say something.
Pick me. Yeah. All right, so I get a lot of people pissed with Tokyo Ghoul. I get it. I understand. To say it's not scary, though, I can't 100% agree with you. Sometimes, yeah, it's just like, oh, that's blood. That's there for the sake of blood. But it kind of depends on what makes you tick, right? Like for me, I can't do torture. I can't take like I guess I can't process like people just like hurting other people and that person can't do anything about it. So when the man, Mr. Kaneki Ken, was chained to a chair and having his toes ripped off over and over and over again, that made me cringe. Like I couldn't, like I thought about it when I went to sleep that night. Like it's like that's like my worst fear. If I was in that situation, I'd be like, okay, just you can kill me and that would be way better. Or
Yo, Mackelnut, what's 1,000 minus 7?
fuck you.
Okay.
No,
okay. I thankfully I am glad that I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, because so stupid. Like Mac, I understand that you personally didn't, that scene you found scary, but like it's just edginess for the sake of edginess. Every edgy teen show has torture porn scenes, Vampire Diaries, you name it. Like they all have those types of torture porn scenes because it's just a new edgy thing that teens enjoy these days.
Well,
So
I didn't mind
enjoy it.
Tokyo Ghoul wasn't a bad anime. It just, I don't think, well, hyped anime, you never know what it's going to be. And as far as the hype monsters, Tokyo Ghoul is one of my least favorite. Like, I preferred Sword Art Online to Tokyo Ghoul.
Well,
But,
I absolutely did, yes. I would watch, if you told me you can choose to watch Sword Art Online or Tokyo Ghoul, I would be like, give me my Kirito.
you turn into Recon like
I would turn into a Recon. I'd be like, yes, I get to see Asuna and the girl that made the swords and Shinon and the other girls whose names I forget. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think there was a lot of good about Tokyo Ghoul. It wasn't perfect based on like what the manga was.
The second season, in my opinion, never happened. So we'll just say it like that. There was no second season to Tokyo Ghoul. And as far as the first season, I think the final fight, Jason versus Kaneki, was one of my favorite fights ever, and one of the best rape scenes in anime. Probably.
What?
That's the whole thing. It's all about cannibal rape. It's so fucking stupid. Why did that gourmet guy not get killed by Toka? Why does he come back to life?
Because reasons. But I mean,
obviously, rationally, she would have had to have killed him in that scene because of his behavior. If she wanted to save Kaneki, she would have had to finish him. Why would she not finish him off? It is so stupid. It is so freaking.
I get you though. I get you. Like I'm not gonna argue with you. It's not a perfect anime by any means. It's probably not even like, I guess a lot of people wouldn't even consider it good. I enjoyed my time with it. That's really all that matters for me. And I agree with Nux. I agree with Nux in the case that the fight with Kaneki and Jason at the end is so satisfying, especially when he starts counting down himself. He's like, "Hey, bitch,
oh man,
1,000 times 7." And you're like, "Yeah!"
Gets him to the floor, and he's just, yo, what's 1,000 minus 7? And that's where the episode ends. And it was just so, satisfying.
The problem I had with Tokyo Ghoul, and yeah, people are like, now this is becoming a stream about why I hate Tokyo Ghoul. Hey, you guys brought it up, okay? But the thing is,
as a horror anime,
we started it. So
it was on topic.
It was okay. Yeah, for once we're on topic, and that's just weird. That's just weird. Clearly, we need more people in here. Otherwise, we stay on topic. But the thing is, it was hyped up. So the anime hyped up when I started watching it, and that intro was awesome with the Unravel song and everything. And I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be a classic. I had such high expectations. It's like cannibal porn. This is just edgy teen.
Stop saying cannibal porn.
This is just
there's no cannibal porn.
This is just edgy teen Tumblr cannibal porn. Like Tokyo Ghoul is the perfect Tumblr anime. It's Tumblr the anime. Quote me on this. Quote, it's Tumblr the anime. Animac on Tokyo Ghoul 2017.
Yeah, well, you didn't mention Attack on Titan yet.
Yes, Attack on Titan, not a horror anime, but
definitely had scary scenes.
Definitely has scary scenes. That's interesting that I didn't mention it because I just find it such a good action anime that I guess in my mind I just put it in action. But absolutely, it's just like now and like the world and everything. But yeah, like definitely huge.
It's just the end of episode 1.
Yeah.
That's a classy horror scene.
Well, I definitely think that the Titans are zombies. Like they're zombies, but
They're except for the most part, zombies are a weaker form of person. Like in The Walking Dead, the zombies they suck, right?
yeah, but there's a lot of them, so then that's why they're a threat.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Titans, every individual Titan is a scary creature.
Yeah. And it's interesting too because at first, they have the wall set up, and all the Titans are behind the wall. So it's like zombies, but zombies if you already had your safe area, and you're keeping them out, you fence them out. But then, just like with the zombie genre, you realize that anyone in your society could also be a Titan. So it's just like zombies. The whole point of zombies is like everyone could turn into a zombie and could become a threat to you, and that's the scary part of it. It's not like necessarily just some faraway threat. It's like everyone around you could become a threat. So that's what makes the zombie genre so scary, and Attack on Titan also goes into that as well. So they're not just behind the walls anymore. So, and obviously a lot of gore, but not tasteless gore, in my opinion. Not like it's called for. It's not like, oh, here, let's just torture Eren. Like there is a torture Eren scene, but it's not.
Yeah, but that was
that bad.
Yeah,
Attack on Titan is torture porn. Don't watch it.
I thought it was funnier than it was scary. If we're thinking of the same one.
There is, yeah. If you're talking about Levi,
Yeah.
that wasn't that bad. But like, there's one where he's like not really tortured, but tied up, where it's
We're
kind of
talking
like
manga.
yeah, in the manga. But the thing is, I feel like that's like a thing now where everyone has to get tortured at some point. Like,
well, yeah, an Attack on Zombies, Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, right?
That was good. From what I saw, I didn't finish it, unfortunately.
Well, it's not wonderful. It's an Attack on Titan ripoff made by the same studio. It's an original anime. It's like basically they wanted to grab some hype that Attack on Titan got with this. And there were definitely scary scenes here too, because these Cabaneri guys, these zombies, they're effectively zombies like in The Walking Dead, except it's really hard to kill them. And, whatever. One zombie gets in and the town is screwed.
You're fucked. That's it. Enjoy.
Sorry, guys. We're picking up and going.
so why would you say it's a clone? I've heard a lot of people say this, so I'm just wondering.
Have you seen it?
I haven't yet.
So, with Studio, until Mahotsukai no Yome, it had one theme, because it started with Attack on Titan, and Attack on Titan worked great, so it basically tried to make shows run on the similar scale. So they started with Attack on Titan. First 3 episodes, or 2 episodes, are dramatic. The world, as we knew it, is destroyed, and it's up to our teenagers to basically go save the day at this point.
Okay.
So then they did a more childish, child-friendly one. They did Owari no Seraph, Seraph at the End, which is basically the same idea. The first episode, the world is destroyed. Every adult on the planet dies. The kids are brought into slavery by these vampires. And
another
basically
bad anime description.
Thing.
Steampunk zombies, man. That's all I gotta know. Big trains.
So then in Owari no Seraph, the group of teens get power to save the day. And then Owari no Seraph is the same thing, except this time it's zombies instead of vampires or titans, where they live in these hold-off stations, and they travel with the Iron Fortress, basically trains, these really thick, heavy trains. And so the zombies don't get in. And unfortunately, the series, in the beginning, zombies get onto the train that enters the city, and bye-bye city.
Well, you realize you're making me want to actually watch it, though. Like, it sounds interesting.
Well, you can watch it if you want. It's, again, like Attack on Titan and Owari no Seraph, the beginning is amazing. However, it has to maintain it, and it has no manga.
Okay, so I respect it not being an original, it being an original then, but yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll see what I think, because obviously I'm a thorough Attack on Titan guy, so I'm gonna see what I think, whether I think it's a ripoff or what.
And you're a fan of steampunk.
Yes, I'm a big fan of steampunk. I wrote a steampunk novel, so yeah.
Exactly. You'll love the beginning then.
Trying to get that shit published. But Bolt-based gaming talks about the Assassination Classroom ending being sadder than the Clannad Afterstory ending. Well, obviously, because the Clannad Afterstory ending is fucking amazing and not sad at all. What anime are you watching? Anyways, I don't know why we're talking about Assassination Classroom and Clannad Afterstory. I'm pretty sure these are not horrors, guys. Because
sometimes I guess sad and scary can get mixed up.
I guess it's true. That's true. But still, Assassination Classroom, no way a horror or no way scary. I think it was a good comedy. Anime only you will only see this in anime type plot that actually succeeds in like tugging at your heartstrings and bringing out the characters in a cool way. So definitely, Assassination Classroom is one of those anime that I really enjoyed. I was like, this looks weird, but then I was pleasantly surprised. It was like more than just pervert, weird teacher. It like has a soul. It has a soul. So I definitely enjoy that.
If you're thinking of watching Cabaneri, then please watch Shinsekai Yori first, because it's like way better, like infinitely better.
I watched the better one first.
Why would you watch the better one first?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't Cabaneri supposed to be getting a second season or something, or is that just?
I think so.
Well, I don't think it was official. I think people want a second season.
I think it got.
I don't think
enough.
a lot of people want a second season.
Yeah, apparently, I think enough people. I think there was enough hype for it that it might get a second one, but
It had hype, but it died down so quickly because it had such an anticlimactic ending.
Well, I heard
And-
some people were saying that the reason Attack on Titan is not getting produced as fast as it should is because they're producing a second season of Cabaneri, the same
Well, I
studio.
hope that's not true.
which is why people don't want another season. That makes sense now.
Horror anime, before we wrap it up, have you watched Danganronpa?
Oh,
I thought that was a
me
video
too.
game.
Well, it's a video game, but it also got an anime.
And is it good?
So the way it is, the first season is Danganronpa 1, and then there's 2 more seasons that both aired at the same exact time, and they're both called Danganronpa 3. And they're 2 different timelines that play out together, and the end of one of the Danganronpa 3s is right before the beginning of the next Danganronpa 3, which is an interesting setup for the series. But do I think it was good? So I haven't played the video game. From what I hear, the video game is way better. What it's about is a bunch of like, genius or whatever students end up getting called to this special school. They go to the special school and it's like one of those, surprise, you're actually in an anime school, so you have to kill each other. Yay! Right? Typical anime school. And but it's set up in a way that there's only one of you one of you have to die every half an hour or whatever, or else you all get knocked out and we decide to kill one of you. And so people don't want that to be them, so they decide to kill each other, and the people degrade into monsters a little bit. And then every time,
if Saw was in a high school.
no, not like that. But instead, every time one student would kill another student and they wouldn't know who it was, they would get called into this big room where they would have to decide. They give them some time to look for clues who the actual killer is, and if they can't pick the right killer, then it kills like all of them or some cringe like that. I don't know. It wasn't amazing.
It's like a done it, but in Japanese.
You're lucky. I didn't even tell you who the bad guy is. So so far you still have some faith in the series, but the bad guys, that teddy bear that's half black, half white. You see it everywhere.
Yeah, that's the
that
bad
thing.
Guy.
That's that guy.
That's fucking scary. Okay. By the way, Soul Madness says that awkward moment when Cabaneri outsold Attack on Titan Season 2 in DVD sales. Well, that is awkward if true, Soul. By the way,
that's amazing.
By the way,
that's great.
Soul
Wow.
Madness, that check mark looks good next to your name, sir. He's gone over 100,000 subscribers recently. Congrats, my friend. Great job. Great job. And yeah, I don't know. So can someone tell me if Cabaneri has a second season announced? Because like I said, I've heard rumors about this, but it's one of those things where it's wishful thinking. So if anyone knows, do let me know.
So,
because the way Mac described it, I'm like, man, I want to watch this shit.
I can make anything sound good, though, even if it's not good. I could probably have convinced you to watch Tokyo Ghoul, and then you're like, oh, that's going to be a great show. And then you'd be, oh.
Yeah, this is how I would tell him. Listen, Animac, it's not cannibal porn.
There's no cannibal porn involved.
Absolutely no cannibal porn.
It's like, that's an awkward thing to say randomly, but okay.
Especially loudly when you have roommates.
But that
in the chat, Lord Artorias said, Nux, come on. Your suggestions literally took up the whole video. Pretty cool, but let me take the stage. I don't know what he means by let me take the stage, but as far as my recommendations, I'm listing off horror anime that no one's watched. So, like, it's not really off-base recommendations because otherwise I'd be JoJoing poor anime. But
no, but it's true because we made this because it's like Halloween week, I guess. So that's why we made it. Like, obviously, Rant Café comes 2 days after Halloween, but we were like, it's the same week as Halloween. Let's do a.
They should have probably
sort of
changed Halloween to Thursday, to be honest. If they should have.
It would have been more convenient for me, so I think that they should have. The craziest though is when Halloween falls on Friday the 13th. That is the craziest Halloween. I'll let that sink in.
Yeah, that was frightening.
Yeah, but yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, Caster says that Cabaneri is getting a season 2. Link me, bro. Link me if you have like an actual official thing, because I'm interested. And yeah, I think we can start to wrap it up. But no, Knox, I do appreciate your recommendations. I think it's good because there are a lot of horror anime out there. I think some people would classify Mushishi as horror. I wouldn't. There's elements that are scary, but like to me, it's just like such a and drop.
At least it paused on a good face.
I thought it was me for a second. I'm like, did my internet die?
Nope, it wasn't you.
Sweet, finally, it wasn't me. This is good. This is good.
So I guess we're gonna have to wait for him to come back to wrap things up.
Oh, Animac, I need you to stutter if you want me to be you.
I think he's still going on Cabaneri season 2. This is bad, guy. Okay, well, thank you all for coming.
Here.
End of the Halloween special, I guess. It's very scary, as you can see. We lost a member of the Rant Cafe in middle of the stream.
He's probably dead. That's it.
So, yeah.
Wait. No, wait.
Now we're just gonna have to wait for him to come back to sign us off. If we want, we can make it really awkward and just leave.
Yeah, bye. or we just pretend that we're Animac. Be like, oh, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a good day.
Thank you for watching, bros.
bros. Nux, what do you do and what do you YouTube? Where can we find you? Tell us about yourself.
So yeah, I do it's not short. I do a bit of anime content. Anime. We just lost the host. Okay, well, at least this is great. You're in charge now, I think.
Sweet. Well,
so what do you do, Macklemore?
Whoa,
pop some tags.
Funny story about how I got my YouTube name. Walked out of work one day. Macklemore wasn't huge yet, but I had the haircut kind of before it was a big thing. And I walked out of work one day when he was becoming big. 2 girls were standing there. They're like, wow, you look like Macklemore. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then they're like,
it actually has to do with Macklemore?
Yeah, well, because my name's Mac. Like, my IRL name is Mac. And I'm like, well, thank you. Yeah, my name's actually Mac. They're like, no way. And I'm like, yeah. And then I looked in my pocket. And I'm like, no way, guys, guess what? I actually have $20 in my pocket.
In your pocket.
Sheer coincidence. And they're like, whoa. They're like, whoa, it's like you're Macklemore, but it's Mackle not. And I'm like, I'm going to keep that. Thank you.
Mackle not. That's why it's just N-O-T, not K-N-O-T.
You got it. It's not like I'm not good at tying knots. I can tie like the basic, like, but other than that, it's not good. Hi, Animac.
Welcome. Please tell us, what do you do on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, nice. Well, that was weird because I totally heard you guys, and it was like everything seemed normal on my end. And then apparently no one could hear me, so that was fucking weird. But yeah.
Oh, it was nice.
So did you guys wrap it up? Did you guys already wrap it up and everything?
Yeah, we just need the recon sniff and we're finished.
So you promoted yourselves and all that stuff, yeah?
Cool. Oh yeah, our channels are in the description. Check us out. We're amazing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and also Black Critic guy. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Fun discussion as always. Nux and Mac, both great dudes. In the Discord, we're gonna have a bit of a voice chat after party. I don't know if Nux and Mac can make it, but I'll be there in a little bit. So if you want to go there, voice chat, hang out, link is in the description. Leave a like if you enjoy Rant Cafe. And yeah, we'll keep going with these. Tomorrow, early morning, I will have a video out on the UA Trader, My Hero Academia, bitches. What?
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Another
Tokoyami.
I mentioned you, Nox, and your stupid theory.
What?
I
didn't even tell you my theory. I didn't even tell
You
it
did.
to you.
I was like, by the way, my friend Noxtaku has a stupid theory, and here's why he's wrong. No.
But I didn't even tell you my theory. I
You
didn't
did.
even read the manga.
I know you haven't. By the way, read the manga because it is only after reading the manga and getting into the arc after season 2 that I actually started to enjoy Boku no Hero quite a bit. Whereas I was on the fence and did not enjoy certain parts of the manga at all, the anime at all, like especially the tournament arcs. But I really got into it with the villain arcs that come after this stuff. So I definitely recommend reading that manga, Nux. Also, if you read the manga,
many things
you
on
videos
it.
on it.
Plus, I can help you make more videos on it. Well,
And
I still think it's Tokoyami. And just from a writing perspective, that's what would make the most sense.
Well, I did mention that what you said because like what I do in this video, I talk about all the suspects that I've heard about being accused of being the traitor, and then I talk about kind of what I think. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting video tomorrow morning. Look out for that. And yeah, Discord, few minutes, be there. See us, Space Cowboys.
Bye.